Welcome to Laws of Indices Level 4. Pause the video now, try the 3 problems on the screen, and I'll go through them with you shortly. You'll find more practice at this level, plus links to the higher levels, as well as other topics, at the end of this video and on the channel homepage. In problem 1, we're evaluating 2 over 3 raised to the power of minus 4. Since we're raising a fraction to a negative power here, we're going to use this law. And the law tells us that we can rewrite 2 over 3 raised to the power of minus 4 as 3 over 2 to the power of 4. Now we can also rewrite the 3 in the numerator as 3 to the power of 1 and the 2 in the denominator as 2 to the power of 1. And we can see here that we're raising powers to powers. And so to do this, we're going to use this law, which tells us that when we raise a power to another power, we multiply the powers together. So we're going to start with the numerator and multiply together 1 and 4. 1 times 4 is 4, so our numerator becomes 3 to the power of 4. And then similarly with our denominator, we multiply 1 and 4 again, and we have 2 to the power of 4. Now 3 to the power of 4 is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which gives us 81. And 2 to the power of 4 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 16. And this gives us our final answer to problem 1. In problem 2, we're evaluating 1 over 32 raised to the power of 1 over 5. And this means that we need to find its value. Now to start with, we can rewrite 1 over 32 as 1 to the power of 1 over 32 to the power of 1. And this is all raised to the power of 1/5. Now it's useful to do this because we can now see that we're raising powers to powers, and this means that we can use this law, which tells us that we need to multiply the 2 powers together. So to start with our numerator, we're going to do 1 times 1/5, which gives us a 5th. So our numerator becomes 1 to the power of a 5th. And similarly with our denominator, 1 times a 5th also gives us a 5th. So we have 32 to the power of 1/5. Now since the powers on our numerator and denominator are fractions, we can use this law. And the law tells us that the numerator of our fraction is a power and that the denominator is the root. So we can rewrite 1 to the power of a 5th as 1 to the power of 1 and then take the 5th root of it. And with our denominator, we can rewrite this as 32 to the power of 1 and then take the 5th root. Now starting with the roots, the 5th root of 1 is 1 because 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So we have 1 to the power of 1. The 5th root of 32 is 2 because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 gives us 32. So we have 2 to the power of 1. And since 1 to the power of 1 is 1 and 2 to the power of 1 is 2, we have our final answer for problem 2, which is a half. In problem 3, we're evaluating 27 over 64 raised to the power of minus 2 over 3. Now since we have a fraction raised to a negative power, we can start by using this law, which tells us that 27 over 64 raised to the power of minus 2 over 3 can be rewritten as 64 over 27 raised to the power of positive 2 over 3. Now that we've done that, we can also rewrite our numerator 64 as 64 to the power of 1 and our denominator 27 as 27 to the power of 1. And it's useful to do this because we can now see that we're raising powers to powers. And this means that we can use this law, which tells us that when we raise a power to another power, we multiply the 2 together. So to start with, we can multiply 1 by 2/3, and this gives us 2/3. So our numerator becomes 64 to the power of 2/3. And in a similar way, our denominator becomes 27 to the power of 1 times 2/3, which is once again 2/3. Now, since we have fractions in both numerator and denominators, we can use this law, which tells us that the numerator of each fraction is our power and the denominator is the root. So we can rewrite 64 to the power of 2/3 as 64 to the power of 2 cube rooted. And we can also write 27 to the power of 2/3 as 27 to the power of 2 cube rooted. Now, starting with the roots, the cube root of 64 is 4, because 4 times 4 times 4 is 64, and that still has a power of 2 on it. And the cube root of 27 is 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, and again, that has a power of 2 on it. 4 squared is 16, 3 squared is 9, and so our final answer to problem 3 is 16/9.